Oh man, I hope you guys are ready for it. Hammer and Rapier. Using Dogard's Blade of all weapons to make this build work because we don't have any good scaling options for it. And there's a nice, beautiful little smack on the back of the stack. 2 players go down. Oh man, this build was really fun, but I felt like for my particular playstyle, this was not the build for me. I think in larger group fights, there's a lot of viability here because Rapier gives you really good survivability, and then you get all that AoE damage from the hammer. And of course, if you don't want to run the haste hammer setup, you can go for a little bit more AoE stun with it too. But I like this setup a lot because we had 80% rend. We had a pretty nasty burn attached to the hammer, partial charged and fully charged heavies. And in the footage, you can actually see a couple times that burn does some serious work on the opponents. But, you know, I'll be honest, this was one of the worst builds that I've tried. And I just think that's due to the fact that we don't have those good scaling options for it. So we can't get Flurry on the Rapier to make it have that kind of viable reach and offensive potential that I would have wanted with this kind of a guy. But anyway, I thought I'd share the footage with you guys because it's been a while since the last video. There you see that beautiful burn from the Dogard's Blade actually doing work. The stack of the burn is pretty interesting on Dogard's Blade because when you apply a stack of burn and then apply another stack, the duration of both stacks gets fully refreshed. So you only have to land a heavy attack every like 5 to 7 seconds and you will keep them burning the whole time. And there you see again like a 309 burn damage tick. Similar damage to what the Fire Staff would be applying burn-wise per tick, but you kind of max out at 3 stacks versus 4 on the Fire Staff. Either way, I got a little bit more footage of this guy, and I did want to share it with you guys because it was kind of a stupid setup, and I thought, you know, what the hell, you guys enjoy watching me play stupid setups sometimes. Maybe not as effective as the Haste Hammer or the Slow Hammer. Honestly, those were really good synergies with the Warhammer, both the Fire Staff and the Ice Gauntlet. And I think if we could get Rapier scaling properly with Warhammer, get a new artifact that allows us to get the scaling to work, this build could be good, but I think it needs something like Flurry to really work. Anyhow, I just wanted to apologize because it's been a long time since my last upload. I had a bit of a rough week this past week. My dog, who is getting really old, she got a really bad infection, and we had to take her in for an emergency surgery. And I was in a rough spot. It wasn't a good time, and I just wasn't feeling up to playing video games, much less creating any content. So I apologize for that, guys. And normally when stuff happens in my life, I just say nothing. But I thought I'd at least give you guys a little bit of an update this time. And I'll try to update you guys a little bit more going forward when things happen and I can't put out content properly. But don't worry, she's okay. She's recovering. She's feeling a lot better now than she did a week ago. And I am also feeling a lot better too. So, it was a lot of fun to try, arguably one of, if not the worst build that you can play in the game, and it was surprising that it was even viable at all. But I've got some other gameplay footage for you guys here. I love this. Look at this heavy attack. Oh my god. 4.7k fireball, 4.7k heavy. Dude died from full health. That's nuts. Oh man, my favorite build. Honestly, so freaking strong. This is pretty much the polar opposite of what I was playing at the beginning of the video. And I think the footage speaks for itself, for sure. Now, hanging out in the enemy outpost, as always. I cannot wait for the new map to actually become a map, and then we don't have to have all of the fights in this one area. I saw a funny comment about how I've been fighting in this one spot for like 2 years now, and it's true. All my fights are back here, man. Almost every single one. But the enemy players slowly come back towards the outpost here. The spawner is up, and that is not good for me. I take a lot of pressure going through with the burnout. And I just pop my potions, try to heal up a little bit, go around this side. The big thing here is to kind of try to avoid the bear as well. And I believe they got that door up too, so yeah, I had to go around this way anyway. And I just try to lob a few fireballs at these guys, but they are just blasting me from a distance, and I'm just being a little bit shy here. I want to try to lure them into this spot. I don't want to stand out in the open. If I can help it, we lure this guy to the corner. Big damage with the Rapier. He does a good job timing that stagger on my burnout, so I do get interrupted, but we still manage to get, I think, a pretty positive trade there with him. And then I just go around the corner here just to heal up. And then as soon as I have chugged my potions, I turn around, again, put a little bit more damage into that aggressive melee player coming towards me. We're just out of range of his stagger there, so we do manage to get the damage. And the burnout connects, and I miss the fireball. And I go back around the corner again, just re-drinking those regens. I'm taking a lot of pressure from up top too, so I decide that since we've got the bear on me, and not a lot of good terrain to work with on that side, I go back around to the other side. And here we managed to get the bear to retreat, and one enemy player has kind of followed me. We get huge damage. Oh my god, that was like a 6k burnout on that poor guy. I think that's the same guy that we blasted earlier with the fireball into heavy attack, so he's very squishy. And there we finish him off with a nice big AoE splash from the fireball. No aim required. And yeah, now I'm outside the enemy outpost. They have locked all the doors on me, and this is just the reality of this outpost rush. And this is honestly where the new map is going to be a lot better, because we have 3 separate entrances to the outposts on the new map versus the 2 here, and they can't just stand up top and run around in a circle camping you. So yeah, it looks like a lot of the players that were standing up top though have kind of gone away, and it's just me and this Ice Gauntlet guy here, and he's doing a good job putting all his traps down. I'm just kind of being patient. I don't want to dive into anything if I can help myself. There's the scream from the Void Gauntlet. We just kind of eat it and stay aggressive on him. There's a nice connection on the Fireball, and this guy is running some serious fire resist. Oh my god. 2.4k on that Fireball. Very little damage. I switched to the Rapier. We managed to get a few nice pokes in, and he just keeps swirling around, getting away with his Ice Gauntlet, putting all his traps down. And yeah, this is a tough combo. I think for Fire Staff Rapier, Ice Gauntlet, Void Gauntlet is one of the hardest weapon combos to fight, because it's very hard to get on top of, and this is a fairly melee focused build. I mean, the Fire Staff is a ranged weapon, but we're using Inferno and we're using skills that are definitely more melee focused than anything else. Then I start poking the door just to see who will come out and fight me, and 2 more players end up coming out here. There's a great connection on the light attack into the Fireball. We turn around right away. Huge damage on that guy with the Flurry as well. Right off the bat, his health drops, but I take a ton of damage from, it looks like a sniper from behind there, as well as the other player that's coming in here. The Ice Gauntlet player has respawned, and he's back too. We've got a 4th player that drops in. I try so hard to stay on top of this Sword and Board player, but he just gets away, and I don't want to try to commit to going around that corner. They are all there, and I have no cover if I try to get on top of him again. So I come back around the side here and just use the terrain. Use it to LOS, use it to get them into the position I want. There's a good connection again with the burnout, and I get immobilized by the Void Gauntlet. Oh man, we do get the kill on the Sword and Board player, but immobilize is the death sentence in any kind of a 1vx scenario. They just lock you down. Anyway, guys, here's a look at this build. If you haven't seen this build yet from me, it's in my past few videos. I've been playing it a lot in the past little while here, so I won't go too much detail into it. But yeah, I'm excited to be back and playing again. Dune is going to have its open beta coming this weekend. I believe it starts on the 9th and it ends on the 12th, so I'll be playing that. I hope to see you guys there if you're going to be playing too. Feel free to check out my Twitch if you want, because I will be trying to get my character as progressed as possible and jumping into that early game PvP that Dune has. I didn't know it had early game PvP, but it does. So I'm really excited to give it a shot and play my full melee setup in Dune. Hopefully, it's a little bit better than the Rapier Warhammer build I was playing at the beginning of the video. I'm not going to go into the build for that one, because it's basically just Dogard's Blade with the same gear you see me running here. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're looking forward to more in the future. Have a great night, everybody, and I will see you next time.